So this is it's a little bit of an obscure game. It was actually from a cartoon that was apparently fairly popular, like sort of like an indie popularity, something like that, back in the 90s. And I guess it was popular because it had actually really in-depth storylines and mature themes for a cartoon at the time. But basically, well... And once you've played this game, you will never forget that intro for the rest of your life. And why do I say that? Because this game, a lot of games are made after cartoons and stuff like that, and they're made just to cash in. But this game was actually really well made, and it has an arcade mode, it has a two-player dual mode, which is probably the best part of the game. But the dual mode in this is actually really well fleshed out, and it's pretty awesome. But this game is really fucking difficult. And by that I mean, if you can beat this whole game, I will be very impressed. It's not as hard as Bart's Weird or House of Weirdness, but it's pretty up there. So here's the basic storyline. This is, I guess, a prequel to the cartoon show. This is a prequel to the cartoon show, from what I remember. I've never actually really watched the cartoon show, but it's set in the future, I guess, and there's like multiple races of like humans. I guess there's like humans, and then there's like an evolved form of humans, or like an alternate version, or something like that. Okay, so humans have created basically like robots that are taking them over, except they're actually humans instead of like robots. So basically, yeah, so it's basically, that was the theme of the game, so I guess that was pretty mature, like, slavery and stuff like that. And I guess the main characters were probably like, on the cusp of like having to work for the humans, but also thinking it's wrong, stuff like that. Yeah. So this is the storyline. Kind of weird music in this game, by the way. Time Police. I'm really sure they'd fucking call it Time Police. How do you detect an illegal time jump? Like, I've always found that funny. Like, I mean, I watch Star Trek, I watch Voyager and all this stuff, but it's like, how do you detect an illegal time jump? Because it's like the minute that dude jumps back in time, your future time is already altered. So how would you be able to do anything about that? And I'm really sure in the future, too, we would wear crazy-ass outfits like this. Like, honestly, I mean, unless it's made of some material that can only be colored yellow or something like that, or green, I will say it is kind of notable that for a, a children's show or like a young teen show, that most of the characters in this show are older adults. And you didn't see that too much back in the day. It's like usually it was all like, teenage kids fighting evil, but these dudes are, old motherfuckers. These dudes are fucking, they ain't messing around. They're mercenaries. They're badasses. They're cops. Also notable is that this chick actually had a nose piercing, which I do not think was something you really saw that often at the time. But also, like most women in cartoons, they had to go with the classic cliche of her age is unknown and her weight is unknown. That was pretty much like the cliche back in the day. It's like, really? But anyways, it's going to be tough. Good job telling them that. We're with you, boss. We randomly teleported into our Exo-Squad thing. Kind of notable, too, that has animation like this for a Sega Genesis game. No one has dared to violate the time laws for over 50 years. Like, really? So let's go. So a lot of games, you think like the animation's all good, like in these parts, and then the actual gameplay and animation sucks. But you'd be surprised, actually. I'm just not saying anything because it's like, 73 years in the past. I like how I guess nonchalantly they just went back in time. It's like nobody's broken the time laws. Just go back in time. Fuck it. We just have shit sitting around that can go back in time, because nobody's broken it in like 50 years. We just, fuck it. Something feels wrong here, probably because, it's an altered past, and also because you don't even belong there. I'm going to have a look from above. Okay, so now we get to actual gameplay. Sorry for this being like, I don't know how long of just like storyline shit. But look at the buttons here they're going to start giving you for these modes. So here's what the one of the two modes looks like when you're on the ground. The second mode is going to come up here. But yeah, so this is in the air. Look at all these buttons you have to remember, okay? So salvo fire, you press the A button, or you hold it down and you let go to do a big shot, right? Like a big boom. Okay, so normal fire is B. So to activate moving quickly, you press C. To deactivate it, you press C again. Okay? And so we'll just wait here. Okay. That wasn't many controls. I'm thinking of the other mode then. I'm thinking of the single player mode. Wait till you get to that. But your life is up there on the upper left, and it says 9 and all that stuff. But here's the thing. I had to burp there. That's the thing. That's the thing. I had to burp. This looks easy, right? But it's not when you get to the later stages, because just wait. The later stages on this can seriously just go fuck off. F means full. And so, see, if you just sit in the corner, you're just going to get nailed by all this shit. So you can't really do that. So you actually have to weave through this stuff. And you can't move up or down in this, but you can in later stages. Listen to that hardcore music. And so, yeah, they basically eat up time making you go through these. I just want to get to the single player mode where you have to walk around, because that's just ridiculous. Like, the number of commands you can do in that is akin to, like, a fighting game. It's ridiculous. It's like they really went all out on it. And I like how they called it QMS. Literally just quick move system.